Good afternoon, FLC family. On this rainy afternoon, I was looking at some of my journals. You can see from the past several years. And I don't know about you, but I tend to forget a lot of important details. And when I look through these, I'm just amazed because I see things that have happened and just really the faithfulness of God again and again. But I wanted to share something with you today from this journal from 3 years ago. And not too far in, I had been reading Genesis 6 for whatever reason that day. I'm not sure why. And you remember the story of Noah and how he was the one actually to build a boat, to build an ark before the flood. And this guy actually didn't have a family for a long time. And when I read this, I noticed that in this story is the first time the word grace is used in Scripture. So I thought that was awesome. And then I read verse 18. And verse 18 of Genesis 6 says, "But I," God is speaking, "will establish my covenant with you, and you will enter the ark, you and your sons and your wife and your sons' wives with you." And that was probably kind of crazy to Noah because he didn't have any sons by that point. And I had written that day, Noah was 480 years old with no sons when God made him this promise. He waited a long time. And I read this that day from a commentary. On many occasions, God prepared his chosen agents for times of crisis by leading them through long periods of disappointment, that they might learn patience and trust in him. And imagine how in the story of Noah, that disappointment, that time of waiting, I'm sure really did prepare him to experience the flood and to know that God was still good, even when he had to wait in the ark for months and months at a time. And that day, this really spoke to me because I had just had to come home and I ended up not having work for 4 months. And so I remember this really hit me, and I asked Jesus, well, what are you doing? If that's what you were doing for Noah, what are you doing with me right now? And the thought came to my mind, I am preparing you to be unshakable. And that's incredible because I just see Jesus' grace in Noah's life and in my life. And I see his grace right now, that he's drawing us deeper. He's inviting us to lean into him in a special way. So don't forget today, Jesus is doing something, that he's the rock, he's our constant, he's the one that's not shaken. And he's guiding us and growing us during this time. I want to remind you as well, if you join our Facebook group, Connect with the People I Love, you can see some encouraging ways that our church members are reaching out to their community and just fun things they're doing right now. Also, today, Candy DeVore, our counselor on staff, and myself are hosting a Zoom call chat at 4 p.m. Coping with COVID-19. And we'll have some helpful discussion and things that she'll bring up that I know will be a great blessing to all of us. So feel free to jump in. You can see details in the link below. Have a great day. Take care.